welcome back to the ZEZE MILLS Show. You know how it goes. We've got an interview today. Remember, who was my last interview? My last interview was, I think it was Vic. And now we have, I was going to call you Dr. Strange. Well, it's obviously not Dr. Strange. It's Mr. Strange. Do people call you Strange? Like, what do people actually call you?
No, like majority of people call me Strange.
Strange?
Yeah, just Strange.
And
like,
where did this, do you know what, I hate generic questions like, how did you get your name? But I feel like I have to ask how you got the name Strange.
I kind of made it up myself, to be honest. Like, no one really gave it to me. Like, I've had like other names like in the past or whatever, like the people around me, what they know me as, but Strange was like specifically for music, and it kind of just means, it means to be yourself. It's kind of like a...
So wait, when did you give yourself the name then?
What? That's a good question, you know. I actually don't know. I think it just came to me. It literally just came to me, and it just sounded right. And then I just kind of...
So when did you start doing music? Because I looked like on your Instagram and stuff, and I saw that it kind of dates back to like about 2017.
Yeah.
So did you start then or...
About 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you kind of shot to fame or went viral because you done a freestyle. Black Box freestyle, and you openly said that you are the first gay rapper in the UK. So before that, when you was rapping, no one knew that you was gay.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that I said that I'm the first openly gay rapper. I think people have said that like kind of, well, I just came onto Black Box and spoke my truth. Like.
I mean, I would say you are. I mean, I don't know of any other openly gay rappers.
Yeah, maybe not that. Maybe they're probably just not getting spotlight, but I'm sure they have.
I mean, yeah, that's they are probably. I mean, I interviewed someone on here. I don't know if you know, called Carnage.
Yeah.
I interviewed Carnage like maybe coming up to maybe 2 years ago now.
Oh, really?
And he's obviously gay, but I would say I think people know that he's gay just because of how he presents himself with the hair and the makeup, and his lyrics are quite like out there, like he would just be like, yeah, I'm sucking dick, which is I mean, I say that a lot as well, but
it's the same thing that girls are rapping about, like female rappers are like, do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I think obviously within our culture to hear a man say that, I don't think people are ready to hear that just yet.
I need to get ready.
Well, have you ever done a love song before?
Have I ever done a love song?
Yeah.
Do you know what, I've made like a slow sort of song before. Yeah.
What about love?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
See, this is the thing, like, because you're right. Male rappers would do a song and they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to do this to her, I'm going to do that to her. But if you done a song like that, there would be a problem.
Yeah, they probably would, man. But people have a problem with everything. You can't not. Someone's always going to find a problem with something, man. So you just got to do whatever you want to do, really.
You're 20. When did you know that you was gay?
I've always known, really, to be honest. But it's like, when did you know you were straight? Like, you probably heard that like in conversation before, like where it's like, but it is kind of like that. It's like, when did you know you were straight? Like when you're a kid, you don't really deep it in that sort of way. Like, oh yeah, I'm straight. Let's go and, you know. So it's the same thing for me. It's like in hindsight, when as like now I'm 20, I look back and I think there were certain times where it's like, okay, like that was a sort of a sign to say like, yeah.
And your background is?
Jamaican, Nigerian.
Because both of those countries are quite
homophobic,
like 110% homophobic. Like Jamaican lyrics, they regularly will be like "burn out the chichi man," all that kind of stuff. Nigerians, they ain't trying to hear none of that stuff at all. Like it's almost like forbidden. So already, like your home environment, that's a challenge in itself. When you came out to your parents, was you scared? Was it? Do you get what I mean?
Like I've never really had that problem with my mum or nothing like that.
Right, that's good.
I don't really know why. Obviously, I was brought up in a Jamaican sort of household in ways, but in other ways I wasn't. Like my granddad was a military man, so obviously he spent a lot of time with my mum, traveling around. I think most of the UK and some other countries. So obviously, when you're from a military background, you sort of adopt more like UK. You know what I'm saying? Parts of your personality become more like more UK. So I guess it was a mixture of both. So my mum had that sort of, she was open-minded, you know. She didn't.
How did your dad take it?
Yeah, I've never met my dad, but
okay.
Yeah, never met my dad. But obviously, I was brought up with my mum and my stepdad as well. So yeah.
Oh, so your stepdad is fine with it as well?
Yeah, of course.
I think that's nice to hear, because I think a lot of, like, we had another gay couple on the show before, and one of them said that one of their families basically just like disowned them and kind of said they don't want anything to do with him. I think kind of said that his family in the beginning was a little bit like, whoa, taken aback, but they've come around with it now. So you came out to your family and now you kind of come out again. Do you feel like it's a second time? What's the reception been? Do people, because I heard your black box, you said that people say they rate you, but they don't really repost you. Do you feel like the scene is still not ready for somebody like yourself?
I don't know, but like I said, they're gonna just have to get ready, because I'm here and I'm not going anywhere.
So what's the reception like? Have you had like well-known rappers like saying, like, I rate your bravery, bro, or do you still feel like they're a little bit like at arm's length with you?
One or two. I wouldn't even say the list of. I've had other people within the industry, like I've had a load of other people within the industry give me props, but like no, I wouldn't really say any like of the rappers that me and you would listen to.
So what rappers do you kind of look up to? Which ones do you think are like, yeah, you're rating them at the moment?
It's the same thing as like everyone else really, like, you know what I'm saying, like your Headies and that sort of thing. Like in terms of UK rappers, you know what I'm saying, I listen to a lot of American music as well.
So in your earlier songs, you didn't speak about your sexuality, right? And then the beginning of this year, wasn't it? Was it the beginning of this year?
That what?
You did the black box. Was it this year? I feel like December, January is like all rolled into one. It's so fucking long, January.
Yeah, I think January 5th.
Right,
so it's a month tomorrow.
Right, so it came out and you decided to say that you're speak about your sexuality. Did you use it as like a gimmick?
As a gimmick?
Yeah, like before, like you wasn't getting that much reception with your music. Yeah. Did you kind of think, well, people like the little Nas guy in America, they're doing well from being openly gay? Did a part of you think this is a good angle? The world is becoming a lot more like LGBT friendly. People are accepting everybody. Did you kind of use it as an avenue, kind of to get in there and known?
Do you know what? Like when I went there, I was thinking the complete opposite. You know, like, obviously, it depends what perspective you look at it from, but I don't think the world is like what it is. It is LGBT friendly, but not my world. You know what I'm saying? Not being a rapper, a black guy from the streets. Like, it's not LGBT friendly at all. So me going in there, like, that's not the first time I spoke about my sexuality either. So I was already made a song. I made a song called Open the Gates, and that was the first time I really spoke about my sexuality. No, not at all. I just came on that black box. It was more about sort of speaking about what happened in between that process, because obviously I came out on Instagram and then I made Open the Gates. So there's that big gap of it, like in between, because that was about I think maybe like a year in between. I think, yeah. So that was kind of just explaining what happened with my friends and like my own personal experiences and whatnot.
So you say you lost quite a lot of friends?
Yeah, you could put it like that. Yeah.
But then, why do you think, if you made a song before, why do you think you?
No, that was. You know what I'm saying? This is the things I'm speaking about then happened a while ago, yeah. But obviously, I was just going through it, or I was making my music and whatnot. And I'm just not the type of person to retaliate directly, you know. I make music, so I'm not really gonna argue with people over Snapchat and Instagram and shit. But that was my chance to say what I wanted to say.
And do you feel free now?
Do I feel free?
Yeah, a lot more free. Like
what,
now,
after the black box?
Yeah, because obviously it blew up. A lot more people knew about it. You was on Good Morning Britain, you was on Sky News, you did a lot more things. Do you feel like now you're a lot more free and you can kind of like live in your truth?
I'm not really. I was like that before. Like I'm saying, you lot are just seeing what you think is like me coming out. But I was out for ages. I already went through all this shit. I done lost my friends. I done had people try to take the piss out of me. I done had, you know what I said, all of that sort of shit. Like, so when I've come to do this black box, it was like I'm just speaking about it rather than me coming out and getting something off my chest.
Do you think there's an agenda?
What, a gay agenda?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. I don't think so.
Do you not feel like, I mean, as a straight person, and I'm just going to be open and honest with you, I do feel like sometimes it is constantly spoken about, and well, then people could say, I constantly talk about colorism, so why can't somebody? I don't think there's anything wrong with constantly talking about something, but sometimes I do feel like we can't have open conversations about people's sexuality without being called homophobic. Do you get what I mean?
Homophobic. It depends if what you're saying is slightly homophobic. Like,
yeah, but then what is homophobic though? What would you class as homophobic?
I think being like, disrespectful towards like, because it's not everything is always said very upfront. Like
Right.
a lot of people sneak this. You know, a lot of people. You know, homophobia can be like just little shitty things in the workplace, not holding the door open for the gay guy. Do you understand? Like it doesn't have to be directly in your face, like, oh yeah, you're a faggot. People can, and I think that's kind of what people do, and then they don't say they're homophobic, but at the end of the day, man, like I don't really.
If somebody says they don't agree with your lifestyle, would you call that homophobic?
No, not at all. That's your opinion.
Right.
But there's nothing for you to not agree with or agree with. I am who I am. Like it's not for you to agree or disagree.
Are you religious?
I am, yeah. Well, I wouldn't really say I'm religious. I believe in God.
But then that's another thing that I don't understand, because the Bible clearly like disagrees with homosexuality.
Does it
so
though?
yeah, well, it does.
Where does it say that?
It says that it does. It says in the Bible that
Does it?
homosexuality is wrong.
Yeah, it says a
Sodom
lot of
and
things in the
Gomorrah.
Bible, man.
Like
There's
there
a lot
was,
of things.
but then that's what I'm saying. So if you know that a religion is not necessarily for you, that's what it says in the Bible.
Yeah.
Then does it?
It's easy. Nah, man, not at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. Not at all. Do you know what it is? You can't, like, religion is for everyone.
Right.
Like, religion is literally for everyone. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, like, if you've killed someone, can you not pray to God? No sin is worse than the other. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? Like, no sin is worse than the other. I can't quote the Bible directly because I'm not like.
I wouldn't be a part of something if I know that religion was technically against my way of living.
It's not though.
Why do you not think it's not?
It's not, because religion is like, and I'm not gonna like start telling people what they should think or what they shouldn't think. You know, if you've got your own beliefs and you read the Bible, or you pray to God or whatever religion you are, you know, that's your own beliefs. But at the end of the day, you can't judge, and religion is for everyone. You know. Just because you killed someone or you've done whatever sins. There's loads of sins.
You see your name, Mr. Strange, right? Do you not think that kind of feeds into the stereotype of people thinking that gay people are strange? Like the people that are homophobic, that think there's something wrong with you. Do you not feel like your name kind of feeds into that stereotype of it?
Probably, but that's just from people's like perception. Me, I didn't intend to use that name and be like, oh, I'm the strange guy, I'm the gay. I was Mr. Strange before I came out gay. You have to remember that my first track was...
Yeah, but you knew you was gay before everyone else knew.
Yeah, 100%.
When you came out with the name.
Yeah, but 100%. But I was like, I knew I was gay, but I was in a very deep denial stage.
Oh, okay.
And denial was real, like... And I'll be honest with you, like when you deny something, it doesn't matter what's real and what's not real. You're just focused on what you believe to be, or what your reality that you've sort of created. And that was me. I created Mr. Strange before I was ready to even speak to my closest people about being gay. So yeah, but Mr. Strange means to be yourself. So it's a sort of play on words. Right. Where to other people I'll be strange, but the person that's really weird, yeah, like the weirdest that you, like in I don't know, at your workplace or whatever, you might have a weird guy. Everyone thinks he's weird, but he's probably just being himself.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then the guy that's supposed to be the cool guy, he's probably not being himself at all. He's just acting. So to be strange is to be yourself.
I do really rate your bravery, just because I know how, like testosterone driven this scene is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so like everyone wants to be the man. Everyone wants to talk about how many girls they got, how many bitches they got, what girl they're this, what girl they're that. And for you to kind of like just, obviously you've done the song before, but for you to do this, like do a whole freestyle talking about coming out, then how it was, I have to commend your bravery, because I do think it is, I personally don't think that the scene is ready yet.
Do you not think?
I don't think
they took in the black, what?
Yeah, but people, I mean like the people inside the scene, not the people that consume it. I think people that consume it are kind of ready, but I think the people like the gatekeepers and people that, you know, you can do collabs with and stuff like that. Well, you kind of said they're not, because they know that they'll say you're good, but they're not going to publicly hell you up.
People in the music industry, yeah, people are businessmen, yeah. They do business, and I'm big business, so I'm gonna be big business. It's gonna get to a point, yeah, where your favorite rapper he's gonna have his manager saying, "Listen, you need to do a song with Strange."
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying. Do you not think that's because they're jumping on the wave, jumping on the
doesn't
agenda?
matter. They're gonna come at the end of the day, man. Do you know what? I'm gay, innit? But I'm no different to any other person. Like when I walk out on the street, I don't think, "Oh shit, I'm gay." I just walk out on the street. So
because you said that you come from that lifestyle. Like I watched a couple of interviews. You said like everything that these other rappers have said they've done, I've done it also, but people just are going to try. Because I think lyrically, you're very good.
Thank you.
You're very good. I like your wordplay. I like the tonality of your voice. I mean, to me, you're better than some of these rappers that are out there now. I thought this scene is very like Cohen sign. You need a Cohen sign for someone to be like, oh yeah, this person's good. I find it with myself.
Cosign?
Like a cosign, like a huge cosign.
Do you think?
100%. Like most people that have done really well, like if you take someone like Miss Banks, she's always been good, but till Nicki Minaj co-signed her, then everyone was on her dick. Then all of a sudden she was getting booked for Wireless and all this kind of stuff, but she's always been hard. But until she got a big co-sign, then everyone wanted to be on her.
I mean, maybe. It wouldn't make her less of an artist though.
100%, but that's what I'm saying. I think that until that happens, until someone's brave enough to be like, do you know what, yeah, he's proper hard, then everyone's like, oh yeah, it's cool to like him. Do you get what I mean?
Maybe you're right, man. Maybe you're right. But like I said, like it doesn't take away from my talent or whoever's talent that you'll be speaking about. So, and that time will come because, like I said, I'm big business, so I'm gonna be big business. So it's like people are gonna clock on. I feel like if people like once people have met me or spoken to me or whatever, you just kind of just forget like anything else. That you're just talking to a person. Do you understand?
So
like,
have you had any interest from like record labels and stuff like that?
Nah, maybe.
You're like, yeah, maybe trying to. So, because I saw you put on your Insta story one time, I'm guessing you got quite a lot of backlash. People saying you was a part of the agenda that they're trying to push when it comes to. I saw you said you put it on your Insta story, and people were saying like you're not a part of the agenda. This is not an agenda. You're just trying to spread love. This is all about love. This is you remember? See, you put this on. Is that the kind of? Is that what was happening? People thought you was here for some sort of.
Probably some people had that sort of like mindset or whatever, but I think just after you look into me, go through my Instagram. That's why I left all my old Instagram shit. I've got all my old shit. I've still got tracks up where I was talking about being with girls. Do you understand that? I've still got tracks that up on my freestyles on my Instagram and things like that because I just wanted people to be able to see the growth of me as a person. Like from I think 2017, like you said, is the earliest video.
Yeah.
And just see how I've grown and not hide anything from people and act like I'm suddenly here as the finished product, confident and free of myself. It wasn't always that easy. So that kind of shows you how can I be pushing the agenda? You've seen my journey.
Is your DMs like packed now?
Yeah.
Is it? What guys are sliding your DMs?
Oh, what you mean like that?
Yeah, like obviously, come on, girls sliding in the rappers' DMs all the time. So then your DMs must be like full.
Yeah, I've picked up some interest.
Is it?
Yeah, you could say that.
Have you got a boyfriend?
I haven't, no.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Have you got a type?
Nah, not anymore.
No. Oh, you did have one?
Yeah, probably.
What was your type before then?
That's a sticky one still.
Why? You could go.
Nah, I don't know. Like I didn't really have like a specific type. Like I feel like I like sort of like I don't know, maybe like cute rather than like sexy. You kind of get the difference.
Oh.
Like if someone's like cute and someone's like sexy, like there's like I feel like especially with guys, yeah. So a guy can be cute or a guy can be sexy. Like muscular, I feel like be sexy.
You're not that.
Not really, no.
Okay, I get you.
Not too much.
Like some guys say I'm cute. Like I don't think I've got sex appeal, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, like you're pretty, yeah.
Because some girls, I get what you mean. Girls with like body, they have the sex appeal.
Yeah.
Or some people say confidence is quite sexy.
Yeah, confidence. Yeah, see, confidence can bring that vibe. Yeah.
Do you feel like now because you're kind of gaining momentum and stuff like that, are you a bit wary of people's intentions with you?
Kind of, but I've always been like that anyway. I've always kept a small circle. Right. I've always been, I always think everyone's up to something anyway. So it's not really changed. And I don't really let people get too close. I feel it's weird, especially. What,
just in general?
Yeah, just in general, like people that's been rocking with me from a while back. Yeah. it'll be weird to have some other people come in and start trying to.
No, it'll happen soon though.
It
when
will,
you blow,
but it's
then all
like,
of a sudden everyone's gonna, like you said, everyone's gonna want to be your friend.
Yeah, maybe, but if you're chatting business, you can chat. But if not, then it's weird.
What's the next plan? Are you doing an EP? Are you gonna do an album, or have you been signed? You're not allowed. Wait, I'll know when you've been signed because you'll take everything off your Instagram, because they always make people do all of a sudden, like everything goes off their Instagram, and then they've just got that one video. So I'm gonna watch out for that. But what's the next plan? EP, album?
My next single's coming out soon.
Oh, is it?
My next single's coming out soon.
That's all you can say. Well, you got a video. What's happening?
Yeah, you can expect some visuals.
Okay. When is it coming out?
Soon, yeah, very soon.
As in like tomorrow, come on, give me something.
Very soon, yeah, definitely.
And what type of vibe is it?
What type of vibe is it?
Yeah, is it like an upbeat type of thing, or is it?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh! Come on, you can give
secret.
a little bit where you can say it's like a. Are you gonna maybe, like, when you come up with your next song, and you do interviews? Yeah. Are you gonna tell them that you don't want to talk about your sexuality?
Now we can talk about
because
whatever.
Do you feel like it overshadows your talent?
I'm not really gonna say don't say this or don't say that. Like, if there's something I really don't want to chat about, I would let you know and say I don't want to speak about it. But if someone's just literally there talking about my sexuality and I didn't want to, then I wouldn't. And if I thought that it was relevant, or if I felt that I had something that I needed to say, then I would. Do you feel
like, I feel like now, even if you don't want to, you're gonna become like a role model and a lot of people's inspiration, because like you said, there are a lot of people that are afraid to come out, especially from Caribbean, African backgrounds, where it's definitely it's becoming more acceptable, but it's not, I would say, as if you was maybe in a white parent household. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah, possibly.
Do you feel like a responsibility now that you have to kind of be that person? Kind of,
like I do want to be a role model for people and show that you can just be yourself and just go out there and just, do whatever you want to do, and with whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So in ways, yeah, but I'm not really stressing like I have to make every right decision, because I'm gonna fuck up at some point. Everyone fucks up. It's just part of being human, isn't it?
When you did come out, you said you lost a lot of friends. What was their reactions? What was that like?
I don't really like to speak about this specific part of it too much, just because it is in the past. You kind of get what I'm saying, and I've addressed it a lot in the black box. But what I will say is, I hope that with what happened with me is I hope that doesn't happen with anyone else. Like, maybe if someone else is in that situation with them, they might look at the situation a bit differently and just because. Like I said, I did lose a lot of friends, and things were said and comments were made and that sort of thing. But like I said, it's in the past. I've moved on.
Do you think if they ever came back around and was like, do you know what, we were wrong, we shouldn't have treated you like that?
They wouldn't.
No, you don't think so?
They wouldn't. No, because they wouldn't. I'll be real. I'm not a spiteful person. I'm not like a salty person. I knew a lot of these from a long time, from a young age, and I don't really think anyone was like a nasty person like that. I just think a few people decided that I can't do it, and then everyone sort of followed suit. It's just, and obviously it's not even. I'm not even pissed off about the fact that some of my mates might have been homophobic or whatever. It's just more that they couldn't ignore it for me just because it's me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that as the black community, we have a lot of progression to make when it comes to homosexuality and accepting homosexuality?
Yeah, within time, but yeah. Yeah. It will take time, innit?
So what do you think it will take for people to become more open to it?
Someone like me.
True. I think even with someone like Carnage, like I said, who's very, quite flamboyant, the hair and whatever, and not that's what people kind of associate with being gay at, you know what I mean? Yeah. Stereotypical, that type of, you're going to be feminine, you're going to be quite camp or whatever. But you legit just look like a roadman. If I saw you walking down the street, we all stereotype.
No, we do.
We all stereotype. We all look at someone and be like, oh, they look like this type of person. They look like that type of person. I would look at you and that wouldn't even cross my mind, the typical mannerisms of somebody that people, do you get what I'm saying? So I agree with that. I do.
Do you know one thing that I've learned after this year, that there's a lot more people like me, And I didn't necessarily know that there was. I haven't got any, I think I got like one gay friend.
Right.
Literally. So I haven't really got like any, I don't really know too many gay people. So it's only after doing this, obviously a lot of people following me, you know, and I see a lot more gay people that are like me, that are more street, that look like, I don't even want to say normal guys, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you
like,
mean, yeah.
What society would say normal. Yeah. So yeah, you'd be surprised. You would really be surprised.
And have these people like reached out to you and kind of said thank you or thanks for being
definitely
brave and whatever?
A lot of people have, from all different walks of life. You know, old, young, from the street, not from the street, whatever. So a lot of people just can relate. And I think that's why I am so unique, and my message can go further than maybe some other messages, just because you might not necessarily like rap, but you might just listen to me and just feel mad liberated.
So the single's coming out when? I tried to. How did you even get into music? Like, who kind of inspired you when you was growing up? Who were the people?
I mean, I listened to a load of different stuff. Like, my mum obviously was playing a load of music, like, and even my stepdad was playing a load of music. Like, my mum would listen to a load of reggae and hip hop, like Bridget Banton, Gregory Isaacs.
How do you feel about those artists though? Because they are not like, those artists can't even come here. Like he can't come here because of his homophobic lyrics. So do you, as somebody that is gay, do you not listen to them anymore, or how do you feel about those type of artists? Is it just like they're ignorant, I can't do anything about it?
You got to learn to love the person that hates you the most, and it will make you a better person. Trying to get what I'm saying. So like, when you're hearing all this negativity coming towards you, you just got to take it in and say, do you know what? That's what my man wants to say, so that's what he's gonna say. But for me, like, I see, like, like I said, I see myself as a normal person. So I don't see why one day I can't make a bashment tune with one of these bashment artists. I don't see why not. Me as a person, just being me, myself, I feel like I am approachable, and you can, like, I can chat on a level with people. Like, it's not, I'm not alien to most people. Yeah,
because you seem like pretty open.
Yeah, I'm cool, man. Chat to me, innit?
You seem open. You seem open to talk about things. Because I was a little bit wary, like, okay, I'm going to ask him a few questions. He might be a little bit defensive.
No, not at all.
But I feel like you have to have these open discussions with each other to understand each other. Do you get what I'm saying?
People are easily offended.
Pardon?
People are easily offended, and maybe they shouldn't be, especially with this, you know, this sort of, it is a struggle to get people to understand what it means to be gay or lesbian or bi or transgender, whatever you may be. Like, it is a struggle to get people to understand that. But obviously you kind of do have to just know that sometimes people might be a bit ignorant, or people might be a bit rude, or people might just be literally trying to understand, you know, and they're not putting it in the way that you might want to hear it. But that's
the intentions are pure.
Yeah, like that's cool, man. In time.
So we have to wrap up now, but it's been a really nice conversation. I hope I wasn't. Actually, I don't think I was that hard on you. I think I was quite.
Nah, you were chilled out, man.
See, guys, I'm chilled out. I can be chilled out. That's only because I like you. Other times are not. Yeah. So thank you. So tell the people where they can find you. Yeah,
you can hit me up on Instagram, The Strangegram. Literally, just The Strangegram. On Snapchat, The Strange One.
You got a bit of an accent. Where are you from?
I've got an accent, do you think?
Yeah, like up north or something.
Bare people say that to me, you know.
Where are you from? London?
That's not the first time, I'm from London, West.
Oh, wow. Yeah, West people are a little bit like, leave it, yeah. Okay, so they can find you at the...
Yeah, The Strange One on Snapchat, so 01NE, yeah.
And your single is coming out soon, he says.
Very soon.
So look out for that. And
Definitely.
Thank you for coming on the ZEZE MILLS Show.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure. Guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your cat, tell your dog, tell everybody. We out. Yeah.